So we're in this side room of where I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping right over here on my left. And I thought I'd talk a little bit about what we did yesterday. Yesterday we went to the Chase Center for a event where there's a bunch of VCs talking and it's had some founders talking. And, you know, I go to these events and many times I just feel like I feel like my time is just better spent building and making things. And so, especially when I'm listening to like the VCs who I feel like they're like these like AI philosophers. They're not even like, they're like kind of detached from the nuts and bolts of actually building some of this stuff. Of course, they're hucking money around and they get to make choices and stuff like that. But yeah, I just don't feel like you can, as someone who spends time, daily building this stuff, and I'm sure most of you or people that watch this are like that too, or you can feel the disconnect between these grandiose statements of everyone being automated and, how cheap everything should be. And it's like how obvious all this stuff is in terms of like AI automating everything and making just, whatever, this supposedly an AI utopia. I don't know. It just feels a little detached from reality, and what it is, it just is detached from reality. It's not just it feels that way. It just is. I've only been here for one day, but I'm already over listening to VCs yap about stuff. I did really enjoy. There was a panel with five Series A/B founders, and they talked about their different problems and the different things they've seen, and they were kind of asking advice actually from each other on the panel, it was just a really candid, honest conversation, and it seemed like they actually knew each other outside too. It wasn't just like they were brand new to each other. And so it was a really cool conversation. It was really awesome. They talked about their work culture, how they have people work in terms of like their hours and like how they assess people's performance and stuff. And I just found that all really interesting, because to me that's like the stuff that actually like, maybe not necessarily work culture. Work culture really is like whatever, in my opinion, whatever works for you and whatever makes it so you can just produce a lot of stuff and high quality work. So it's going to look a little different for different people. It's going to look different for different people at different times of their lives, So yeah, obviously that one. But they talked about like different advertising campaigns they did, like Drexel, which was one of the companies, how they did these different ads, how one did a billboard and they put this phone number on still hiring real people, and they get these phone numbers and stuff. I think that one was Pylon, I believe. So anyways, I enjoyed it. I really liked it, and at least the end of it. I'm glad I went to that event the first day, because now I kind of feel that I don't need to go to events so much. It just reminds me that, just work, build cool stuff, get that out there. It's way better to be the speakers at these events, right, than a viewer. And it's just like most things, like on social media, you want to be a creator, you don't want to be a viewer, and obviously I've mostly been a viewer of social media and content and stuff, but hopefully that's changing. I'm creating things like this and other stuff. So yeah, I think that's all I got for this little segment. Maybe I can give you a quick tour of my room. This is actually like a side area of the room, and it actually has a view. And so I was told I can be in this room as long as I'm cool with sleeping with 4 other people, but it's considered one of the nicest rooms. So I was like, you know what, I'm in. I don't want to be in some dungeon. Yeah, we got technically 6 places, but one of the mattresses is gone. We have this over here, a view. We got our bathroom. I don't think there's too much really to see, honestly, in here. But, looks like some... Here's this room again here. Maybe I can get a better shot of it. Boom. Something like that, which is pretty fun. So yeah, now it's time to get back to work. I'll probably head to the gym too, real brief. I usually work out Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So today's Tuesday, and gotta hit the gym.